I'm going to talk about light language and give a introduction. So light language, what is light language? Simply put, light language is just the vibration of any living thing. If there's a living thing, there's a vibration. If there's a vibration, there is a sound. So it could be, so if you think of it that way, there are literally gazillions and gazillions of light languages, or if you can say light language dialects out there. How so, you might ask? A really good example is this. I love giving this example. So I have in the past, you probably heard of it if you have been on my calls before. So one day, an extraterrestrial meets a human, or I should say, meets a earthling. And the ET goes, "Wow, hey, earthling, so nice to meet you. Can you say something?" So the earthling says, "Yeah, sure." So started speaking English. So the ET is so happy and go, "Oh, okay, so now I know how earthlings sound like." So the very next day, the same ET meets another earthling. And the ET is so excited and go, "Wow, I'm meeting another earthling again today. Could you say something?" So the earthling started to speak Japanese. And the ET goes, "Oh, that sounds very different from the earthling yesterday. But okay, whatever." So then the ET goes on, and then the very next day meets another earthling. And the ET is so excited and go, "Oh my God, I can't believe this. I'm meeting 3 earthlings 3 days in a row. Earthling, can you say something?" So the earthling goes, "Yeah, sure." So the earthling said, "Ruff, ruff, 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 ruff." So that is a really good example of why there are gazillions. So you'll often find, let's just say if you have been browsing the internet, going through YouTube videos or TikTok videos and so on and so forth, with various people transmitting light language, and they might say, "Oh, this is Akshurian." And then if you listen to another channel or another transmitter, they might say this is Akshurian. But then you're like, "Oh, how come this Akshurian sounds really different from the other Arcturian, or maybe even the one that I'm speaking? How come they sound so different?" The reason why they're sounding very different is because perhaps they didn't specify Arcturian what, because Arcturian is huge. It's like saying Milky Wayan. And within the Milky Way, there are many different planets that we know and don't even know. So same thing with, let's just say, Arcturian. It could be Arcturian what? Mantis, Arcturian being, like human looking, Arcturian dragon, Arcturian fairies, Arcturian water being, Arcturian bee, like Arcturian what? Right? So that is why it will sound very different. And also take into account the fact that the person, the human that is transmitting the dialect, they will also add their accent and twist and personal twist to it, and as well as accents, right, to it as well. But the bottom line is, if you actually tune into it, and if they're all Arcturian, let's just say, they could be Arcturian mantis, Arcturian bees, Arcturian being, like a human being, a humanoid looking being, and Arcturian fairy, if you tune in, they have more or less similar vibrations, but they do sound different to the human ear. So this is why I say that there are literally gazillions and gazillions of dialects out there, because half of the like we don't even know we probably haven't even discovered, like humans cannot even name, because a lot of the galaxies and planets, no idea, right? And not to mention, any living thing has a vibration and has a language, dialect, sound. They make a sound. Okay. So that is why there are gazillions of them. And that is why often it might confuse you when you hear different people transmitting so-called the same place, the same dialect. It sounds different. And that is why. And so how can you get activated? So before I actually talk about that, what is light language used for? So there are a couple of major things that light language can be used for, and they're extremely, extremely powerful. So the one that is extremely powerful is a healing modality. So the way that you can think about it is that the closest way, the simplest way to put it is that it's kind of like a sound therapy. So for example, I'm just gonna grab this. So it's like sound therapy. When you listen to, let's just say, a singing bowl or tuning fork, such as this one, listen. Can you hear that? Okay, I'm gonna try again just in case you can't hear it. When we listen to something like this, like a singing singing fork, like okay, hold on, like a tuning fork. So we will not listen to it and go, oh, I wonder which note that was. Was it A minor? Was it B major? Was it C minor? We don't do that. Instead, we listen to it and we'll say, oh, that sounds good. That makes my body, whatever, fill in the blanks, feel really good, right? So that's what we will do. We will not analyze it with our mind. We will feel into it. So with light language, it's similar in the sense that you feel into it. You open your heart and you feel it with your heart, you feel it with your soul. Do not try to analyze it, because our mind would not understand and comprehend. It'll probably just stop us from receiving. And don't try to understand and go, oh, what is she saying? Like, what's happening here? Don't bother. But instead, open your heart and listen, feel it in with your heart, with your soul. And if it is meant for, like, if the transmission are messages, because there are a difference, because not all transmissions are messages or have messages or have a meaning behind it. Some are, and some other ones are purely meant for healing. And some messages, you think that they are meant for healing, but it's really the message is so soothing that you feel good. Therefore, you think it's for healing, but it's not true healing. Okay, it's a little bit complicated, but yeah. So, so simply put, that's what that is. And what are light codes? So, light codes is just a category, kind of like fruits, vegetables, meats, for example, to sun codes, moon codes, rainbow diamond codes, rainbow diamond light codes. Okay, so light codes are just a category of all the various different light codes that can that that are actually available, depending on where you tap in. Source codes, you tap into source. Okay, and what are light codes, anyways? Light codes simply put is think of it as a, with zip files. Zip files by itself, it's like really, it takes up very, very little space. But when you unzip it, it's like, whoa, so much information, so much information. That's the same thing as light codes. Light codes might appear to be, oh, not many things are coming through, or, the transmission is not that long. But in fact, there's so much information behind it, depending on, or not, yeah, behind the light codes, depending on what the intentions were set, what kind of light codes are they meant for. Okay, so how can a person get activated? There are actually 4 different ways that I can think of. So one of them is spontaneous activation, meaning literally out of nowhere, you just start making these weird sounds, and you're like, whoa, what is that? What am I doing? And you're not making it up, meaning now you're not mentally going, oh, should I make this sound, that sound? Let's make this sound like da, li, da. Bo. You're not making it up consciously. You're just literally rolling off your tongue, okay, spontaneously, out of nowhere. Okay, so that is one way of activating. The other 3 ways are what I like to call consciously activating. So the first way of consciously activating, so it could be like, for any of you, if you guys are interested in activating your light language or soul dialect, this would be considered consciously activating it. So the first way of consciously activating your dialect is you can simply do that by listening to other transmitters, and just listen to their light language transmission. And sometimes people will get activated that way. So a second way of activating is what I call self-activation. You can self-activate. How can you self-activate? Well, there are a couple of different ways to self-activate. And with regards to light language as well, okay, let me just finish this. There are a couple of ways that you can self-activate. And the last way to consciously activate your light language is by getting a light language activator to activate you. So that one is actually the quickest way to get activated, to get the quickest, fastest result. And it does require an investment, though, right? But you get the fastest result because we go in there and we help clear whatever it is that's stopping you from articulating your soul dialect or light language. And with regards to light language, there are various forms of light language. So it's not just spoken, it's also hand motions, as well as body movement. So sometimes, dancing, body movement. And it also can be written. And you can embed it in your painting and drawing. So it can come through your artwork as well. So there are many different ways of transmitting light language. So it's just not the vocal aspect. So how can you self-activate? So there are a couple of ways to self-activate. And one of them is, hold on, let me just grab some music that I will not get banned on. So hold on a second. Not this. Okay, so one way is to sing any melody. So the melody that I'm going to use is something that it should be quite universal, and it is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So what you could do is you could just start with one syllable, and you can go, for example, again, this requires your participation if you would like to try it out, because the fastest way to trigger your remembrance, because that's what I think it is, it's not really learning, it's triggering your remembrance, because all of us can speak light language, have the innate slash psychic healing abilities. It's just a matter of whether or not we want to tap into it or not. So with regards to if you would like to participate, and I highly encourage you to do that, so try to do this with the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So you could do something like this to start off with one syllable. Da 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 da. After a while, you're gonna get bored with das, right? Then you go, okay, let me add something else. Do 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 la 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 ha 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 he. Okay, and then you do it again because it kind of get boring. You're gonna get bored with it. So you go, okay, let me try something else. Da da dee dee la la le lu lu la la le li. Ba ba ha ha da da he do do la la li le. Di da ru du ra da re ba ba ga 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 gi. Then you practice that a few times. You go, okay, I'm going to have even more fun with this, okay, because I want to add more different sounds into it. You can even change up the tempo of this melody, right? And you can go da da ra da di di do ra pa da ra da di ra da gi di di da da ra da re da 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 ga da ra da ro do di 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 da da ga ra 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 da di 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 da da do ru 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 re di ra 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 di 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 da ra ra di da 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 do. You can do that as well. So practice that and see how that goes. So another way of doing this is, okay, let's see if this works. Okay, it does. Okay, so I'm just playing any random songs, and you can play your favorite songs or any random songs. This is just to get you loosen up, because light language, in order for you to activate it, have fun with it. Because at the beginning, it might sound like silly syllables, silly nonsense sounds coming out of your mouth. And so have fun with making those weird noises, okay? So let's see what song this is. Okay, so you can listen to this song. Just start moving your body and your hands. Okay, that's an example. Let's see what song this is. Okay, it's a faster tempo. Okay, and let's see, what else do we have? Okay, that was a nice one. Okay, one last one. Let's see what this is. So pretend you're a conductor, right? How would you move your hands? Stopped abruptly. Yeah, so try it out. Like when you listen to your favorite songs, you can pretend you are the conductor. How would you move your arms? How would you move your hands? Have fun with it. Have fun with it when you are trying to activate. Have fun with when you're trying to activate. Okay, let me see. I'm just gonna read the comments. Hold on a second. Okay, I probably missed a bunch of comments. I'm sorry because they rolled on. They already rolled past me, but Diana says a lot of them have dots in between. Okay, I missed your comments before, so I'm not really sure what you're referring to. Anyways, Camille says, hello, Lily. Hey, Camille. Hi, hi. May. Hey, May. Hi, hi. And no worries that you're late. Yeah. Yes. Did you dance to that, May? Oh, okay, I missed nothing. We had fun. Okay, awesome, awesome, Diana. Thank you for letting me know. And upper extremity, says May, since I'm sitting in the car. And May says, I'm missing the fun. We must carry on. Yeah, come back and you can watch the replay. And you can have some fun then. Hi, Trina. Oh, thank you. You're so welcome. Hey, Leslie. Hi. So happy you can make it again. Diana says, oh, yes, that's fun. Motion. And Ashley says, can that activate your soul dialect? Possibly. Yeah, I would say definitely try it. Because as I explained earlier, soul dialect, again, there are various ways, as I said, light language, soul dialect can be transmitted, not only vocally, but it could also be signed with your hands or your body movement, right? Or written. When you do automatic writing, you can just be writing gibberish, speaking gibberish, but most likely they're light language because you are not consciously going, okay, I'm going to make this character or that character, or I'm going to speak this syllable and that syllable, I'm going to string it together. No, if you're doing that, that's probably gibberish, real gibberish. But if you're not doing that, literally it rolls off your tongue. And as well, you're not thinking it. Literally, you're thinking something else. You could be saying, light language, and you could be thinking, oh, what am I going to eat tonight? What's going to be for dinner? Should I eat this? Should I do that? Do I have this in the fridge? Do I have that in the fridge? That's when you're going to know that you are not speaking gibberish. It is light language. It is, or soil dialect. So at the beginning, some people, they actually have access to, meaning they are being activated by, they just have a feeling that they need to move their hands. So their light language has been activated by hand movement. So not necessarily vocal. So if you have the urge to move your hands and you're going, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I feel like I need to move my hands and I know something is happening, light language activation, right? Then do it. So what the examples that I gave just right now, it helps you get out of your head, your mind, right? Because it allows you to have fun and just relax, and just, you either do it, if you're kind of more shy and you cannot let loose in front of others, just do it by yourself. Crank up the music, your favorite songs, and then just see, okay, just pretend, just say, haha, I'm just going to pretend I am a conductor now. So you listen to the song, you start moving your hands, see what happens. Because you're going to notice that different melodies, different tempo will make your hand move differently. So the idea is behind it is, if you want to self-activate, consciously self-activate, these are some examples that will help you do that, right? So it will loosen up get out of your mind and start be in your body, right? Be in your heart space and bring that inner child within you out and start be playful, have fun, and go, okay, how am I gonna be? If I'm a conductor, what am I gonna do with this song, right? Oh, this song, the tempo is this way. I'm gonna, be a conductor this way, and so on and so forth, right? So you can definitely self-activate that way. Okay, let's see, what else? I'm gonna go back to the comments. Hold on a second. Okay, hey Sherry. Uh, Ashley says, I notice I move my hands while dancing. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly, Ashley. Hey Alex, Alexandra. Hi Desiree. Ashley says, sometimes I've said words I don't recognize, but yes, my hands do move a lot, even talking. You know what, guys? Like, maybe when you guys were little, you might have spoke light language back then. But then maybe your parents, or even if you have kids or grandkids, maybe you often find them speaking so-called gibberish, right? Because meaning us adults, we have no idea what they're saying, so we call them gibberish. But most likely they're speaking light language. And often you might hear people say, because I get a lot of comments on my TikTok channel and YouTube and stuff and Facebook, and they'll tell me that yeah, when they were little kids, the siblings actually were able to speak to each other in this certain dialects, but nobody else understood, but they themselves understand what they're saying. So it's light language. Okay, so that is definitely light language. Okay, Melissa says, I had an aha moment. That's when I had an aha moment. I think that's what she meant. Okay. And hey, Alex, yeah, she said, that's so true about thinking other things while doing code. Yeah, right. It's so, so true. So true. May said, when you said hands, mine started moving. LMAO. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Stay Wild and Moon Child. And Linda. Yeah, Sherry. Hey. And Ashley says, my 3-year-old autistic daughter. means that, are you saying that she actually speaks light language? Like she probably speaks. Actually, I have no doubt, because honestly, autistic children are so intelligent. They are just unfortunately not in the mold in the current society. They don't learn the same way as what humans call standard way of learning. So they label them as autistic, but they're actually truly intelligent. They're extremely, extremely intelligent. Okay, so Diana says, I know we have a computer. I hope we don't do nothing crazy. Quantum computer system is in front of us. Ah, Lori. Hey, Lori. Okay, let's see. Yeah, right, Alex? Babies understand it. Yeah, so true, so true. That's why it's actually really good to practice your light language if you have babies around. Just speak to the best way to is gibberish. When you speak to babies, right? You'll notice that your tone changes. You'll be like, "Oh, oh, so sweet. Oh." Like you'll notice that your voice softens and you raise it up, right? And then you can just change it into, let's just call it gibberish, because that's the best way humans can relate to it, because you don't understand it. You can just say, oh, you can just talk gibberish to the baby, but then you have intentions behind it, because most likely you're probably going, oh, goo goo gaga, da 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 dee doo doo da ba 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 dee da 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 dee doo 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 da ba da dee da 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 da. Most likely you're going, oh, you're so cute, oh wow, I love you so much, right? Because you're not going to say anything else to a baby, most likely, I hope. So it's actually a really good way to practice on little kids and the babies. Just speak, just have fun with them, right? Just speak gibberish to them. Your light language is going to come out. Okay, so yeah, I know, because often when I speak light language, the translation is gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Yeah, it's so true. It's hilarious. Oh, sorry, Ashley, you're are you referring to your daughter? Okay, your daughter is saying gotta go, gotta go. You know what? She's probably going gotta go, 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 gotta go. Because honestly, as I said, look at the translation, like the way I don't know if it's in front of you, but if you have that subtitle thing, I don't know what it's called on, literally it says gotta go, gotta go, gotta go when I speak my one of the dialects. So yeah, I won't be surprised if she is actually, Ashley. Okay, she knows sign language too. I didn't teach her. Exactly. No, exactly. Honestly, they're so intelligent. Alice says, codes are so transformative and powerful. Fastest way to move and transform the body and mind is absolutely so true. Is she listening with you right now? That's so nice. Okay, Diana says, they connected to fairies. Yes, cute. Yeah. Alex says, animals, the cows, horses, birds all come hang out when I'm doing codes. They even ask for it now. Yeah, right? Like, that is so nice, so nice, so nice. And okay, wait, hold on, let me see. Comments in Zoom. Hold on a second. Okay, so I think that is good. Yeah, so a good question actually is, if you would like to get an activator, light language activator to activate you, how do you know how to choose an activator? So the best way to choose an activator is to listen to their work. Try to listen to their light language transmissions and see if it resonates with you. Does it make you feel good? And does it maybe bring back memories? Does it feel really familiar? If it does, most likely they are your activator. So just do a little bit of homework, and that is the best way to find your activator. Because many of us, before we came to this 3D reality, we actually have agreements, and we have agreed to help each other, and we are each other's healer or healee. And that is the best way, basically, to see resonance, what resonates with you. And I am an activator. If you're looking for other activators as well, go check in my group, the group you're in right now, the Power of Light Language and Light Codes, under, I believe it's called Light Healer Services. I think it's called Light Healer Services. And there are a few activators in there too. Listen to their work as well, and see if any of us resonate with you. And if we do, and if you wish to invest in an activator, because it does require you to pay, it will give you the fastest result. But if that is something that you are interested in, okay, so do that. Hey, Terry. Okay, so I think you guys all know me by now, right? My name is Lily Lee. I am an energy transformational coach focusing on activating your innate psychic and healing abilities. I am the founder of Quantum Light Language Academy, and my specialties are quantum healing and light language. And everything I do is aligned with my current soul purposes. And one of them is to help you to awaken your intuition and activate the inner healer within you, and to empower you to fulfill your calling as a healer and live a soulful, abundant life, so that together, me, you, all of us, can help the collective faster. And I've been called to create a 6-month transformational mentorship program to help you do exactly that. And if you're ready and would like help with going deeper, doing deeper inner work, and remove blockages that are holding you back, all sorts of blockages that most of us humans have, such as mother line, father line, victimhood, witch wound, so on and so forth, so that you can live a carefree, pain-free, abundant life that aligns with your soul purpose, and getting certified with the quantum light language modality, and maybe even set up your own healing practice to help others, then I'd love to help you with that.